Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and no, that title is not just clickbait. This is seriously something that I think people need to watch before they get a PlayStation 5, or even if they have one already, because some of these things I feel like people aren't doing, and it's kind of shocking to me. So let's go ahead and just talk about what you need to know before you buy a PlayStation 5. And I understand the PlayStation 5 has been out already for a while, but I also know a lot of people don't have them already. So if you have a PlayStation 5 or you're getting one, hopefully this video will be of some help. There are a couple of different things that are a bit confusing to people, and I want to clear that up because I've been asked these things a lot. People get really confused about some of this stuff, mostly because this is a newer console and because it's not like there's some quick fact sheet you guys can take a look at, make it easy. So let me just break it down for you real quick. Let's go ahead and start with the number one thing I'm asked, because this is probably the most important thing to think about when you're getting a PlayStation 5 and is confusing the hell out of people. Can you use an external drive on the PlayStation 5? Yes, some people think you can't. You can only use the solid state drive, which I don't think is even a thing anymore. It's not a thing yet, rather. So we'll see when that's a thing. It might be already by the time you're watching this, but for now, you can't even put in a solid state drive, or they recently made it so you could. It's very confusing to what drives you can use and all of that. So to fix that problem, because there's very limited space on your PlayStation 5, for all of your PlayStation 4 games, I highly recommend you get an external drive. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's going to make my games super slow. It will slow them down a little bit when it comes to loading and everything, but beyond that, you're not really going to see much of a difference. In fact, you're still going to see a difference from the PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 in the fact that it's going to load faster. So it's still going to be loading faster, it's just going to be a little bit slower than that solid state drive. And if you're somebody like me who has a lot of PlayStation 4 games, you know, it's worth putting on there, honestly. It is worth getting an external drive of at least like a terabyte, just so you can put quite a few games on there so you don't have to worry about it. Especially with the PlayStation Plus collection, that's another thing you need to think about. And another thing you need to know before you get your PlayStation 5, don't just start buying a bunch of PlayStation 4 games that you want to play on your PlayStation 5. Like, let's say you don't have a PlayStation 4 already, and you're just picking up games that are cheap while you wait for the new system, or you have a PlayStation 4 and you're buying these games for cheap, waiting to play the PlayStation 5. Take a look at what is on that PlayStation Plus collection, because as soon as you get a PlayStation 5, you're going to get PlayStation Plus, most likely. If you're not, then I guess ignore this part. But if you're going to play online, you're going to get PlayStation Plus, you get the PlayStation Plus collection. So check out what is on that list and make sure you're not buying games that you're already going to get included with your PlayStation Plus membership. Speaking of PlayStation Plus, if you have PlayStation Plus already, please, this is like the number one reason I started making this video today, was because I kept having people forget to do this, like friends that I constantly tell, hey, did you get this game on PlayStation Plus? Did you get this game on Xbox Gold? Did you get this game for free on Epic? All of these different services they have included the games just for using the service. So if you've got Xbox Gold, if you're paying for PlayStation Plus, or if you just have the Epic launcher, every single month you're getting new games. I think Epic, it's every week. So there are constant free games coming in. Now you may be wondering, hey, look, I don't have a good gaming PC. I don't want to get the free games on Epic. I can't play them. Just make an account, go on there, and just start collecting the free games for the day that you finally get a gaming PC, and you're going to have a library day one. Think about it. Can you imagine booting up a computer after all these years of just saving up your free games on Epic? I've got like 60 or so games that I've not paid a penny for on the Epic Game Store. Yes, Epic bad, whatever. It's free, for the love of God. And if you're worried about privacy issues and stuff like that with your information, give fake information. It's not going to double check. You don't have to put your ID in. For the love of God, stop missing out on free stuff. There's a lot of great games they've given away, and you're really missing out if you've missed it. Same with PlayStation Plus. Now, this is for people that have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5 already and just aren't doing this. But if you've got a PlayStation 4, you're not able to get the PlayStation 5 monthly game going through the system. Go on the PlayStation website, though, and get those free PlayStation 5 games. So when you get a PlayStation 5, again, it's just like the person that upgrades to a better PC with the Epic Games Store. You have an instant library of PlayStation 5 games. You've already missed out on Bug Snacks, which is pretty good, Destruction All-Stars, which you've missed nothing, and Control Ultimate Edition, which is actually a really good game. And I should have made this video before that game went away because it really is a phenomenal game. This month's PlayStation 5 game is some weird like first-person puzzle game. I'm sure it's for some people, but it's definitely a lot more niche than Control was. But there's a lot of other great things right now on the PlayStation Plus, like something Remnants. It's a long-ass title. It's supposed to be a great game. It's like a gun version of Dark Souls, sort of. That's what I've heard it compared to. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to playing it. And it was also included in the Epic Games Store if you got that a while ago on the PC. So I'm going to play that game at some point on something because I now have it on 2 different platforms. But you're just going to Oh, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake is free right now on PlayStation Plus. Unfortunately, they don't give you the free PlayStation 5 upgrade because Square Enix wants your money. It's kind of stupid in my opinion, especially when they're going to come out with Part 2 to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you can get Part 1 for usually on sale of like 20 to 30 bucks on the PlayStation 4 and then upgrade it to PlayStation 5. But they're trying to trick people because they're selling, was it $70 for the PlayStation 5 version of the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Even though the PlayStation 4 version has a free upgrade, unless you got it for free on PlayStation Plus, then they negate your upgrade, but they haven't quite made it clear that if you get the PlayStation Plus version but buy the disc version later, if that stops you from getting, like if it cuts you off from getting that upgrade. I don't know. The wording is very vague, so I'm not going to touch that game. I'm not going to add it for free because I'm sure down the road I can pick up the complete edition on the PlayStation 5 for 20 bucks or whatever. I'm willing to wait, but if you're not, I would just get the PlayStation. Okay, this is a completely different video that I'm getting into here. But the point is, get your free games. Even if you don't have a PlayStation 5, go on the website, do it. Same with the Xbox. Just get the free games. Just add them to your library. It's so easy. It takes seconds. Please, don't miss out on cool stuff. Another thing, if you have a PlayStation 4 or just got a PlayStation 5, there's been a little bit of confusion about this, the PlayStation 4 controller. What can you use this on? You can only use this on PlayStation 4 games. That's right. They limited you to only PlayStation 4 games. I don't know why. I'm looking at this controller. I'm trying to figure out why I can't use this on my PlayStation 5, and I'm absolutely drawing a blank. Yes, it has like the adaptive triggers, but that's something you can turn off anyway. So money, I guess. They just want to screw you over. I don't quite understand why you can't. I mean, look at this. It's the same controller. It really is. Besides the microphone and like, yeah, it's got really good rumble in it, and I love the adaptive triggers. I love the PlayStation 5 controller. Don't get me wrong. It's probably my favorite controller of all time. But you should be able to use the PlayStation 4 controller on PlayStation 5 games. It makes no sense, but I wanted to let you know that if you do want to play 2 players, you're going to have to buy another PlayStation 5 controller. Another thing I want to warn you about before you buy a PlayStation 5 is the fact that there are people that are having issues with controller drift. So if that's a huge concern for you, you might want to wait until they kind of fix all the different issues with their controllers, though Nintendo never did. So who knows if PlayStation will, but supposedly there's controller drift. I have not noticed it yet, but I've heard there's a class action lawsuit coming out against Sony for the fact that they are selling basically defective controllers. So hopefully this isn't as widespread as it sounds. I don't know anybody that's had controller drift for the PlayStation 5, but if you have, please put in the comments down below so people know. The last thing I really want to warn you about and have you start paying attention to are the games that have free upgrades for the PlayStation 5, but also have a PlayStation 5 version. It gets a little bit confusing. It's mostly Ubisoft games. There might be a couple others I can't think of off the top of my head, but there are some games that have free upgrades that have a PlayStation 4 version and a PlayStation 5 version. Sometimes they'll have different pricing. Like for a while, the PlayStation 4 version of this went down to 30 bucks, but the PlayStation 5 version stayed the same price. And some people might have thought, well, I want to wait for the PlayStation 5 version to go on sale, or you know what, I'll bite the bullet because I want the upgraded version of the game, not knowing that the upgrade was free. So pay attention to what it says in the box. It will normally say on the box itself whether or not it includes a free upgrade. Now, I got the PlayStation 5 version of this because I'm stupid and I wanted to get the PlayStation 5 box, so I just waited for the PlayStation 5 version to drop. But I totally could have gotten the PlayStation 4 version and gotten the free upgrade. Though sometimes the game itself doesn't have it on the box because it got upgraded later and now they're re-releasing it with a PlayStation 5 version, even though it's the same as the PlayStation 4 version since they're giving the upgrade for free. So really, any game before you buy it, just look into it to see if the free upgrade is available, because that's what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII Remake. They're making it confusing as hell. So unless you knew for a fact that the original PlayStation 4 disc would just get the free upgrade, you might spend that 60 or 70 when they re-release it in the PlayStation 5. I feel like a lot of people are doing that because they don't understand that, no, you can just buy that $30 version that will probably dip down to $20 and get that free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 and then buy whatever DLC. Because it does come with the new DLC, but I don't think that DLC is going to make that $40 to $30 price tag jump worth it. So definitely be on the lookout for stuff like that. Please let me know in the comments down below if I missed anything. I really did want to make this video just because I want to save you guys money. Because, I mean, playing video games, having video games as a hobby or a thing you just like to do, it's very expensive. I mean, these consoles are not cheap. So if you've already dropped that much money on a PlayStation, you might as well save some money and know what you're getting into and ways around the different fees that they have and get yourself some free games. So like I said, please comment down below if you know any more techniques and things to save people money when it comes to buying the PlayStation 5. Of course, if you are looking to pick up a console, I know it's very difficult. My buddy Jake Randall is still doing streams. Follow him on Twitter. He'll tell you when those things are coming out. And I try to retweet when I see it, when it's still in stock, letting everybody know, hey, it's available. Go pick it up real quick. But a lot of the time, I mean, sells out like that. So definitely pay attention to all the people that are doing drop notifications. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.